Misha era, Misha era. I love this land, every woman, every man. Misha era, workers' republic and everlasting peace.
I am your son, beside the lagoon. With Tony Thomas, Joseph Gandhi, United Irishmen, the river flows. Forces of nature carry all in its path to the place it's meant to be. A Misha era, Misha era. I love this land, every woman, every man.
Misha era, workers' republic and everlasting peace.
I'm your servant, Mother Ireland, where that brain and sunshine you should have covered in England. About the Ireland, workers and farmers, not only free but Gaelic, not just Gaelic, but also free. Misha era, I love this land, every woman, every man.
Misha era, workers' republic and everlasting peace.
I am your son, beside the Clyde. Brother Walford came to the Gallagate and maintained their dignity. The river flows, forces of nature carry all in its path to the place it's meant to be. A Misha era, I love this land, every woman, every man. A
Misha era, workers' republic and everlasting peace.
Misha era, Shinna mail na Kalyak bear. More Malor made the rug who Cullen Crover. More Manoir McClan fain the ye all water. Misha era, Ugini main na Halyak bear.
Misha era, I love this land, every woman, every man. Misha era, workers' republic and everlasting peace.
I am your daughter, beside Shannon, where Mary Perrose led the Kayla's right merry dance. The river flows, forces of nature carry all in its path to the place it's meant to be. Misha era, I love this land, every woman, every man.
Misha era, workers' republic and everlasting peace.
I am your son, beside the Hudson. James Conley came to Albany, told the workers organize, and from his grave evoked the spirit, told the bold Mike Quill to burn the judge's robe. Misha era, I love this land, every woman, every man.
Misha era, workers' republic and everlasting peace.
I am your son, beside the Liffey. Here's the flag, the proclamation, declare their sovereignty, the river flows. Forces of nature carry all in its path to the place it's meant to be. Misha era, I love this land, every woman, every man.
Misha era, workers' republic and everlasting peace. Misha era, I love this land, every woman, every man. Misha era, workers' republic and everlasting peace.
I know I shouldn't, folks, but can't help it. Oh, it's hilarious. Yes, curb your enthusiasm indeed. I thought about getting a crowd chanting there saying you're getting sacked in the morning for Derek, but it sounds like just reading the comments now on the Rangers Facebook page after that match. It's they're definitely saying that's the last hit. We're done. He's had enough. He's time to go for him. So it is. But Derek, you couldn't rate it up. Right, let's see. We have a few on so far. So we'll have listening. Derek Delaney, how you doing? First of our dirty dubs in this evening. John Boy McElhenney from over in Scotland. Good to see you on, mate. Thank God for Steph for cheering us all up. Yeah, we'll try not to talk about Tuesday night, folks, if we can get away with it, okay? Let's see if we can get away without talking about Tuesday night. Kevin Bowen, how you doing, Kevin? What's the crack? And we also have James McCauley watching on YouTube this evening. Good man yourself. Right, folks, so you know the crack. If you're watching the show on Facebook, please share the stream. Just hit the wee share button and if you're watching on the DJ Rebel Road page or on my own Rory Carson page, share the stream for us. And if you're watching on YouTube, if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. The more people like and subscribe, the more people it sends to watch the show, if you get me. And just click the wee bell icon and it'll tell you when I'm going live. So a lot to fit in the night show, folks, a lot to fit in. That's why I sort of started about 5 minutes early there. Normally we'll have Keith on about 8:30 from the Come On the Hoops Celtic, but he's otherwise engaged tonight. He can't make the show this evening, so hopefully we'll have him on next week, so we'll back again. But we do have 2 interviews this evening, so that's one of the sort of things I thought I'd try out getting two separate interviews, but I think it's too much for the show. But basically the reason I have Sean Daly on this evening for is because his tour of Ireland starts this week, and they literally only touched down in Dublin about an hour ago, so they did. And he's a bit jet lagged, but I've had him on for a test already. He's ready to go, so he'll be on at 8:30 talking about Sean Daly and the Shams tour of Ireland and just general what's the crack with Sean over in America. Iona, how you doing? What's the crack? Anthony Hart, how you doing as well, Anthony? Good to see you on, Iona, missus. Right, so say loads of stuff to fit. We've got a lot of songs, and obviously the National Hunger Strike commemorations are on this weekend as well in Ballina, County Mayo. So we'll be playing a couple of Hunger Strike related songs this evening. But one song I want to do first, folks, get this one for us, not out of the way, but I think it's pretty important that we'll play this song this evening. So it is especially for these people here on the screen now.
We're going to do one more song this time, and we said earlier on that Dr. Paisley he's looking about photographs of IRA weapons. That's not what has him annoyed. What has him annoyed is that he doesn't have photographs of Orange men marching down the Gervahi Road in Portadown. And he doesn't have photographs of them marching down the Springfield Road in Belfast either. So we're going to finish up this live recording here at the Wolf Tone Bar in Letterkenny with a song called The Fields of Auchnacloy, or You Won't Be Marching Down Gervahi Road. And as we always say, if you enjoyed yourselves, go out and tell your friends that you've heard the Spirit of Freedom. If you didn't like us, we're called the Progressive Democrats. So you can take out of it whatever you like. Want to hear you joining into a song called The Fields of Auchnacloy, or You Won't Be Marching Down Gervahi Road. might see the barn. No, you won't be marching down Garvaghey Road. Everybody together! Live the fields of Auckland, where once we watched the small sea birds fly. If you're going to Drumtree, pitch your tent beneath that tree. No, you won't be marching down Garvaghey Road. By a lonely Drumtree hill, 10,000 orangemen waiting still. For they one who marched the street of Portadown with their sashes and their flute, bowler hats and Sunday suit. No, you won't be marching down Garvaghey Road. Let's hear everybody singing. Oh, I can't hear you. If you're going to Drumtree, pitch your tent beneath that tree. No, you won't be marching down Garvaghey. Take it away there, young Billy McKim.
Yeah, folks, I think we got the picture there, so you know what the crack is. And that's basically for Anthony Hart as well, our resident one from up that way, so he is. So that was Spurler Freemer, folks, with you won't be marching down Garvaghey Road, but that whole song lasts like 7 minutes, so I can't really play it. I haven't got time to fill it all in. So you know why we're playing it tonight. So just while we're trying through these comments, let's see. Anthony Hart says, yeah, I'll never get down the Garvaghey Road. Be absolute madness letting Trumps walk the road again. Joseph McGuy says, yeah, I appreciate exclamation's a joke. Can they appeal the decision again and get it overturned? But mate, to be honest, that thing happened in the court the other day. It wasn't a decision that they're going to be getting marched down again. I mean, that's not what it was all about. Like, for them to want to march down there again, they're going to put another application form in, which I doubt it will. Doubt it'll be accepted again. I mean, when you think of a parade that basically, when there was 2 separate killings, all in Quinn children, Megan McGoldrick as well, I mean, over the space of a year, 2 years, just for them to get to march down that road, on a road basically that is 100% Catholic, where they aren't wanted at all, you know what I mean? It just goes to show you, I mean, the colour of them, like. But say, just the guy posted there, that decision in the court the other day definitely wasn't to say that they're getting the marching down again. That was not what it was about. It was a completely separate sort of thing to do with the Garvaghey Road decision. But we'll see what happens in the coming days. See, tonight there, one of the boys from the Parades Commission resigned, so he has. But we'll see anyway. Right, let's see. Patrick Ahern says, yeah, Jesus, here, that Spirit of Freedom song in 20 years. Brilliant. There we go, you see. Picking them all out tonight. I just noticed now, so all the comments from my own live Facebook page aren't coming up on my screen. It's only the comments from YouTube and the DJ Rebel Road page. So I'll give everybody a shout out as well that's watching it on my page. Mickey Bell's watching. Good man, Mickey. Lolly Patrick, how you doing? Sydney as well. You back to school yet, missus? Welcome back to school. Sammy Marshall says you're a bad man, Ro. James McClave, how you doing, James, mate? Good to see you on. Who else? Alan Chuck McPherson says hello from Glasgow. Can you play Claymore Patriot game? I'll see if we can fit it in tonight, mate. Say tonight there's not going to be a lot of music on the night. Say we got 2 sort of interviews. One pretty long one in the second half of the show with Matt O'Reilly, and then the first one coming up about 8:30 with Sean Daly of Sean Daly and the Shams. So it is. Sears Michael, that was on last week from the Irish Sound. They have said the Parades Commission didn't give it due due process, so they can give it due process and then refuse it again. Mate, it's crazy. So it is. But the next few days will be interesting. But say this will keep buddy Nolan going for another like a week. So it will. This here. Right. So I say we're not gonna have a wild lot of music tonight, folks. Tonight's show is going to be very interview orientated. But I say once we cut into probably October, we'll go try and fit the interviews down to one a week, because I think that doing this too isn't working. It's taking too much time up. Do you know what I mean? So we'll definitely have Keith on. But the thing is, as well, now with the abomination of Tuesday night in Austria, Celtic and I will be playing their games on a Thursday night, which really balls up my podcast now, because basically Celtic are going to be playing at exactly the same time as my show starts and finishes. So, but listen, we're not changing the dates, the times and all the show now. It is what it is. We're set for a Thursday, and if people have to go and rewatch it at a certain time or afterwards or the next day, whatever, it's up to them. But we're going to have to, just means we can keep an eye on the match while the show's on, so we can, I mean. But it's a shit show, what can you do? But I'm sure we'll be talking to Matt O'Reilly about the Celtic game later on, so because he was as a very interested spectator the other night, so he was. Right, so one song we're going to play here, right, folks, as it is this weekend is the National Hunger Strikes commemoration. National commemoration in Ballina, County Mayo. So I've been wanting to play a song for a while now on the show, right? And basically haven't really had a chance to, because it is quite long, but I'm going to do it tonight, because I think a lot of people forget is there wasn't just 10 hunger strikers. Obviously the 10 from the Cash in 81 were the ones that everybody sort of talks about and knows, but there was 22 hunger strikers altogether. So there was, and we'll have to remember that there. So Paul from the Paddy Boys is playing this song. It's called Ireland's 22 Hunger Strikers Roll of Honour. It lasts 11 minutes, but I'm going to play this whole song, folks, tonight, because how he remembers this here, every detail in this song, now just listen to it, folks, please. So we'll go through this song and then we'll probably get Sean Daly on it, but this is the last 11 minutes, but just listen to this song and how Paul can basically remember every single hunger striker, where they were from, along the last hunger strike, what dates. It's a phenomenal tune. So this was the Paddy Boys, folks from County Cork, who are we playing at the Big Fans Gathering this year, so make sure you get your tickets. So this is Ireland's 22 Hunger Strikers Roll of Honour.
Between the years 1917 and 1981, 22 brave Irishmen gave the ultimate sacrifice and gave their lives for Irish freedom on hunger strike. They died for a 32 county independent Ireland. And we owe it to each of those men to achieve that goal someday. This is the Roll of Honour, the 22 brave Irishmen who gave their lives on hunger strike. Thomas Ash, County Kerry, died on the 25th of September 1917 after 5 days on hunger strike, after being force-fed by tube. Michael Fitzgerald, Fermoy, County Cork. Died on the 17th of October 1920 after 67 days on hunger strike. Terence McSweeney, Cork City. Died on the 25th of October, 1920. 74 days. Joseph Murphy, Ballyfihan, Cork City. Died on the 25th of October, 1920. 76 days. Joseph Whitty, County Wexford. Died on the 2nd of August, 1923. Dennis Barry, County Cork. Died on the 20th of November, 1923. 34 days. Andy O'Sullivan, County Cavan, and later Mallow, County Cork. Died on the 22nd of November, 1923. 40 days. Tony Darcy, County Galway. Died on the 16th of April, 1940. 52 days. Jack Sean McNeela, County Mayo. Died on the 19th of April, 1940. 55 days. Sean McCaughey, Auchnacloy, County Tyrone. Died on the 11th of May, 1946. After 22 days on hunger and thirst strike. Michael Gahan, Ballina, County Mayo. Died on the 3rd of June, 1974. 64 days. Frank Stagg, County Mayo. Died on the 12th of February, 1976. 62 days. Bobby Sands, Belfast. Died on the 5th of May, 1981. 66 days. Francis Hughes, Balahi, County Derry. Died on the 12th of May, 1981. 59 days. Raymond McCreesh, Camlock, South Armagh. Died on the 21st of May, 1981. 61 days. Patsy O'Hara, Derry City. Died on the 21st of May, 1981. 61 days. Joe McDonnell, Belfast. Died on the 8th of July, 1981. 61 days. Martin Hurson, Kappa, County Tyrone. Died on the 13th of July, 1981. 46 days. Kevin Lynch, Dungiven, County Derry. Died on the 1st of August, 1981. 71 days. Kieran Doherty, Belfast. Died on the 2nd of August, 1981. 73 days. Thomas McElwee, Balahi, County Derry. Died on the 8th of August, 1981. 62 days. Michael Devine, Derry City. Died on the 20th of August, 1981. After 60 days on a hunger strike. That's the roll of honour of the 22 brave Irishmen who gave the ultimate sacrifice and gave their lives on hunger strike for Irish freedom. And we will achieve their goal of a 32 county united Ireland. Yeshte, Berevan Anamaka, Díalcha.
Yeah, folks, phenomenal. There was the Paddy Boys there with their own song. Ireland's 22 Hunger Strikers Roll of Honour. Again, fair play to Paul, who I've seen him sing that song like a number of times live, and he can just rhyme that off without any phone or tablet in front of him. It's all in his head, so it is. He knows every single one of them, and honestly, fair play to him. So looking forward to having them at the Rock for our big fans gathering in December. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, folks, get on to it. So if any are heading to Ballina this weekend for the National Hunger Strike commemoration, a couple of things happening. So this is the flyer for the main parade. So it is so Assembly Point at Bunry Road at 2:30 p.m. and Michelle O'Neill is the main speaker. So it is, and there's two functions happening as well on this Saturday and Sunday. So two great nights. Mayo Sinn Féin are running on Saturday the 29th of August. Spirit of Freedom, Liam Lappin in the Bar Square in Ballina, and then on the Sunday the 30th of August, the Irish Brigade with guests in the Grand National Hotel in Ballina. They're both at 7:30 folks start, so get yourselves along them if you are in Ballina this weekend for the National Hunger Strike commemoration. But again, I've had about 6 text people come through me at my phone here going, Jesus Christ, who is that singing that song? Never heard that before. That is phenomenal. absolutely fantastic, etc., etc., all the same thing. So brilliant. Valerie, how you doing? What's the crack? Let's see who's this here. Kathy Keyhole, who's watching on YouTube. Comedy is from Cahir Daniel in the Kingdom of Kerry. Hope all is well. Well, hope you've recovered from that there beating you got from Mayo over there in the All Ireland this year, Mrs. Well, but thanks very much for tuning in tonight, Kathy. Much appreciated. Let's see, Pat there from the Moral Drum Sinn Féin. How you doing, Pat? Good to see you on again, mate. Hello, Ro. Did you ever hear a song about Moral Drum? As I've heard, there was one, but never heard it. So maybe see if you can find it, as it's her 50th anniversary, October the 28th. Thanks, Pat. Right, Pat, I will definitely look on this. Will you send me a message just to remind me? But I will definitely look on this, see if we can find this song. Cheers again for tuning in, as always. Right, so what we're going to do next? So we're going to have it's Kate Lambert. Let's see. Yeah, it comes up as Kathy Keyhole, so it does. Sorry, Kate. But it comes up, why does it come up as Kathy Keyhole? That's the username. So it is. So how am I meant to know? I'm only going with what the hell it's called. What has you in Kerry, Mrs.? You're a bit away far from Craigavon there, anyway. So you are, right? Right. So this next one we're going to do. So we're going to have Sean Daly on next, right? From the Shams. He's ready to go for us here. So as a song here, we're going to play a song from his album. If you haven't checked it out, folks, go and check it out. It's on Spotify. So it is. They're obviously very, very heavily influenced, this band, by the Irish Brigade. So they are. So this one, if it'll play for me, let's see if we can get it on. Let's see, for some reason it's been playing, haven't they? See, it wants to just freeze on me nice at this, so we'll have this open the page up again. So we'll, yeah, but Sean Daly and the Shams, they're doing a mini tour of Ireland. I think it's 4 gigs happening this week, so it is. So we're going to play a song from their album. It's on Spotify. Now this is very, very heavy paced, so it is like it's they sort of call themselves Irish rebel rock. So it is. It's a lot of influences there from maybe like the Shebeen, Off and Rye, maybe Arrogue as well, the Pogues and them's. So this is their version of Kinky Boots, obviously, because I know Sean has a lot of respect for Jerry as well from the band, the Irish Brigade, and they'll be heavily influenced. There's a couple of Irish Brigade songs on their album, but this is the Shams with their version of Kinky Boots. And the reason I like this one here is because he's had a lot of different people in the band, like all different nationalities, and whenever they're doing the wee shouty bits, as you call them, you can hear them all coming in the background, all these different sort of nationalities singing the song. So it's the Shams, folks, with their version of Kinky Boots.
I drove my Saracen through your garden last night.
Sing up the rock!
I kicked your front door down around at midnight.
Sing up the
Something's telling me, boy, that you're avoiding me. And when I find out, you will go for your tea. I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new black jacket and a lovely cardi suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands, 'cause we are the British Army and we're here to take your land. My good friend Bertie, he's in the UDR, searching for weapons, he will go near and far. Up around my Kappa, you'll never find him there. Only gun he get there is an Armalite in his ear. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new black jacket and a lovely cardi suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands, 'cause we are the British Army and we're here to take your land. My good friend Trevor, he's in the RUC, outstanding member and all the world will see. The folks along the border will be singing them anymore. That Grover sniper will be missing him for sure. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've got a lovely new flat jacket and a lovely cardi suit. And when we go on night patrol, we hold each other's hands, 'cause we are the British Army and we're here to take your land. My good friend Nigel, he's in the SAS. He says change is just as good as the rest. Now they've gone and posted him away to Cross the Glen. He wishes to blame he was in back in jail again. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of kinky boots. I've go one night patrol, we hold each other's hands, 'cause we are the British Army and we're here to take your land. My good friend Sammy, he's in the DUP, outstanding member as all the world could see. I'll send him up to Donegal if you want to have some fun. He says I'll take a run there if I had nothing on. Oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of pinky boots. I've got a lovely new flat jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go one night patrol, we hold each other's hands, 'cause we are the British Army and we're here to take your land. I drove my Saracen through your garden last night. Sing up the rock! I kicked your front door down around at midnight. Something's telling me, boy, you're avoiding me. And when I find out you can go for your tea, oh, I've got a brand new shiny helmet and a pair of pinky boots. I've got a lovely new flat jacket and a lovely khaki suit. And when we go one night patrol, we hold each other's hands, 'cause we are the British Army and we're here to take your land. We are the British Army and we're here to take your land.
There we go. That is Sean Daly here in the Shams here with their version of Kinky Boots. Sean, can you hear me, alright?
I can hear you, Rory. How you doing, man?
For did some reason you're like sideways, so you are. So we're like looking at you down that way.
Okay, I'll put it up here. Here we go.
Yes,
better?
that's better. At least we can see you now. It's sorry, but must be when you went the landscape at Grand. So who do you have with you here?
I'm just here with the drummer, Helmut De La Cruz from Colombia.
How do you mean? Listen, for playing the drums there, very Blarney Pilgrims-esque or so it was to say that we Kinky Boots song or so it was, so well done. So obviously Sean just played there the Kinky Boots from your album. It's on Spotify at the minute, so it is. And I sort of did mention I love that song, probably my favourite song on the album, because there's so many obviously different nationalities in your band, and all the wee shouty bits you can hear them all sort of coming in. So you can know in that song, so that's why I really love it. So it's great. So obviously it's great to have you back on, mate. So now the last time I had you on the show was on the previous podcast, and obviously you were in America at the time, and it must have been in the early hours of the morning, because you were sitting in your living room in your boxer shorts, so you were having a cup of coffee. So hopefully
I'm sitting in the Celd pub in Dublin.
Happy days, mate. Yeah, so it's great to see you on. So obviously, before we'll get into the tour and the reasons you're over in Ireland. So tell me, how's sort of life for the band recently? After you sort of up through a wee bit of upheaval. Some members have left, and obviously, like many bands, you bring new members in. So is that sort of the case? Just some people didn't work out, and you brought different people in, or
too many chiefs? Too many chiefs.
Like all bands. That's it. Too many.
That's it. Yeah.
Too many wannabe chiefs. Is that the case? So it is.
That's it, yeah. No, I've got a new band now. We put a new band together there, just there before Christmas there. So we have a Japanese guy on the whistles. Then we have a couple of guys from Oregon, and a new guy from New Jersey, and then Helmut's been always in the band, you know what I mean, for the last 4 years, you know. So we've been rocking it out. We just got into Ireland here this evening.
So see this here sort of group of sort of musicians you have in the band, probably like similar to the last band you had together. Obviously they're all like, obviously none of them are from originally from Ireland. Wouldn't probably know a great deal sort of about rebel music. Sort of
the Japanese guy from the Shankill.
Right, okay, you brought him over and have you just transfer window?
Yeah.
Right.
I met him in Larne.
Jesus Christ, mate. The only good thing about that place is the road to Cushendall out of it. So
I know.
Don't talk to me about Larne. So tell me about bringing a lot of these guys together, all these different nationalities. How do you sort of bring them in and get them to sort of what you want to out as the music you're playing? Obviously you're a rebel band, that's what you do. Well, you sort of your sort of Irish rebel rock band. So how do you get these guys all together that make them be sort of used to playing this sort of stuff and get them as a unit and putting together like a CD there, a group of songs?
Well, it's, when you're living in America, you know what I mean, you've got 7 to 10 million Irish and American Irish and all that, you know. So they want to know their history of their ancestors and all that, you know what I mean? And obviously, when we sing rebel songs in America, they go crazy, you know what I mean? So, and then obviously I got the new musicians together
that wanted to play Irish music, but then they didn't know the rebel music until I told them the stories of what happened. So then they just jumped on. They just were like, yes, I want to do this music. Because obviously if Irish bands singing fucking Molly Malone and all that, and, you know, Black Velvet Band and Whiskey in the Jar, we don't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll throw some Pogues in, but obviously Shane MacGowan was a legend. So
Of course,
obviously we have to throw some Pogues in, but we're totally all rebel music. You know, between Irish Brigade and the Wolf Tones and the Blarney Pilgrims and all that. But we'll throw a few Pogues in just to get the crowd going, you know.
Yeah, so obviously, I was just going to mention there, obviously, you've mentioned like the sort of like, say, Auckland Ride, Blarney Pilgrims, maybe even a bit of sort of Shebeen, the Pogues. There's sort of definitely influences there, but I say massive influences from the Irish Brigade as well. I know you've talked before about Jerry Glacken and the sort of songs, the main great deal to you. Now, when you were speaking with Michael on his podcast last week, you sort of said you were doing the Vegas Celtic Convention, so you were?
Yes.
So, sort of looking at the way you do your gigs, I mean, it's full on, fast paced, like just from sort of, I'd say 80% of the songs is all bangers. No, I mean, there's sort of bang, bang, bang the whole way through. How do you literally go and do a 3-hour set every night for the whole night, whole week of the festival?
4 hours every night.
Seriously? How do you do that without just collapsing at the end of it? Like
6 bottles of Buckfast and just keep her lips.
Oh, do they sell Buckfast there in Las Vegas, do they?
No, I have to smuggle it through. I have about 10 bottles going back in this case when I leave.
You may bring it over in your hand luggage, then, see me.
Well, we've got 45 Americans on this tour with us. So they're going to be bringing a bottle back in each case. So that's 45 bottles we have to do this for June.
A few quid there, so it is. So tell us a wee bit about that there, the Vegas Celtic Convention. It's something I'd love to go. I know it was in New Orleans last year, wasn't it? Or this year there, rather than.
We just done New Orleans in June, yes.
So what was that there like? I mean, obviously New Orleans would be known for like all sort of Mardi Gras and stuff. And I mean, so what was it sort of like going there, like with basically a Celtic convention? How'd it go?
It was unbelievable. Being honest with you, the Celtic convention was brilliant, but just to go to New Orleans, it's. You know, it was unbelievable. Like Helmut, the drummer here, he's a flight attendant. And he's been there loads of times, you know, and he was like, man, you know, people think Vegas is good. New Orleans is one of the best cities in America, to be honest with you. Yeah, if you want to come and...
I know a few people was over, and obviously they're over for the convention, but obviously then they stayed for like maybe a week afterwards and see some of the videos and pictures they're putting up of all like in the bars and the street parties and all. Just look amazing, like. So it did. Just all the big sort of.
Well, the music starts. The music starts at 9-10 a.m. in the morning every morning.
Right.
Every morning, music bands are playing at 9.
Crazy. So it is like some spot. So how hard is it for Sean Fusion to actually get gigs in America? The gigs sort of you want to do with the music you want to play. I mean, surely, where you live, there must be. I'm sure there's like we'll have John Costello on last. Like he's saying, like there's no rock bars running like where we are. I mean, like there's rebel music every week. It is very hard to go and find a gig somewhere where it's going to play rebel music. So as a band, like how difficult is it Fusion to get regular work, like playing the music you want to do?
Well, it is difficult enough, but it's just when we put, you know, nobody knows who we are until we go and do a show. Do you know what I mean? Like, listen to our CD and all that. It's like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Until our live show sells it for us. You know what I mean? Once we do a show anywhere, that's how we got Vegas. You know what I mean? And then we were asked back to do Vegas again. You know what I mean? We're back now again in 2027, you know what I mean, for the 60th anniversary for the Lisbon Lions.
Great.
You know, so, and that's 4 hours every night.
I suppose it's good as well, like, use your based out there. I mean, probably them, rather than them paying to bring a sort of a band over from Ireland or Scotland, I mean, use our sort of ready-made rebel band based out in America, like, so probably suits them as well. So it does.
Well, that's it, you know what I mean, because, you know, we're there to perform. You know what I mean? There's not like getting on the stage and getting hammered drunk and all that. We get on the stage, we're there as a business. You know what I mean? We're there to perform. Afterwards, we can all have great fun and all that. But when we get on that stage at 8 o'clock at night and play till 12 o'clock, you know what I mean? We're there to put a show on. So people are like, right, who's these mad, crazy fucking bastards? You know what I mean? Sorry,
That's
excuse
good,
the
yeah.
French. You know what I mean?
Mate,
But we're
listen,
there to perform. That's it.
That's nothing that hurts from the language in this show. Don't be worrying. Like, there's no PC here. So obviously now we'll talk a wee bit about the reason why you're in Ireland at the minute. You just sort of literally touched down Dublin not so long ago. So have you any jet lag at all? Are you getting a few pints in you, or not tired at all, or?
Well, never like sleep. You know what I mean? When we're dead. You know what I mean?
Well,
we're here to enjoy ourselves. We brought 45 Americans.
So
that
I just
don't know
go
the troubles. You know,
talk
we
about the
sing these
Americans.
songs.
So obviously you brought over a whole. There's going to be a whole busload of hopefully they'll meet us on Saturday, and we'll go up to the Rallies to do the tour. So tell us a bit about the tour. So this is the second year you've done, right? Second year in a row. So firstly,
Yes.
are you going to do anything different this year than done last year? Is there anything you maybe learnt? Maybe you've done last year, you mightn't do it again. And how did you sort of convince like 40, 45 Americans to come over and do this tour with you?
Well, Helmut, you want to answer? You want to answer that? I'll let Helmut talk here. Sorry, because I'm chatting here all the time.
Our first tour last year went really well, and it's just word of mouth. And there's a lot of people last year that couldn't go for different reasons, and so they were just the people the group of people that we brought this year is 90% different than the group of people that we brought last year.
Oh, it's all different people then? Right, okay.
Yeah, so there's about 6 or 7 people that came last year that are here again, and we already have people asking us about next year. So we have a lot of people waiting to come with us, but we just don't want to bring too many people because logistically it's a nightmare to try to get 40, 50 people in one hotel.
So Sean, tell us about the tour. So where is it starting? What counties are you going to, and what bars are you going to be in? Is it all electric? Is there any acoustic, or what's happening with it?
Tomorrow night we're going to be in the Felons. We're going to do an acoustic show tomorrow night. You know what I mean? Because obviously people want to enjoy it too without full electric and drums and guitars and all. So tomorrow night we're doing the Felons tomorrow night, an acoustic show. You know, and then Galway. Because last year we done 7 nights. We played every night last year. And it was
far
too
much. Yeah.
It was too much. You know, so this year I kind of says, right, I'm going to do 3 big massive shows. So we're starting off in Belfast. And obviously we're going to go sightseeing. We're going to go to Derry and do the Derry Walls and the Bogside. Because these people won't understand the Irish behind these songs. And that's why I started this. You know, and that's why I started the Rebel Tours. You know, I want these people to understand why we do this, and I want we want our people to understand why we do this and why we sing these songs forever. You know, it's not because I'm trying to do this to make money out of it. I don't make money out of this. You know what I mean? I do this for passion.
I would say the sort of margins of making any sort of money, this kind of thing, would be very slim, considering the whole logistics and stuff of it. Like, so it is. So what's the bars? You're playing the Felons tomorrow night. Actually, I think I've seen a few videos of last year's one. These are just sort of sitting in the lounge, basically doing a bit of acoustic set. Look very good. So where are you heading to in the other 3 then?
Tomorrow night we're in the Felons at 7:00. Then we have a couple of days sightseeing and all that, and then we go to County Galway. Then on Wednesday night, we're playing in Loughrea, which is a good Republican town as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're going to play there Wednesday. Then we have a couple of days off. Thursday, we're going to go to Sean's Bar in Athlone, and then we finish off in Patter Brown's on Friday the 4th. And that's always a good crowd. There's always a good crowd there, you know.
Yeah, Aidan's place. Obviously it's not a massive bar, but it's a great wee sort of setup. So it is. I think it's the people there do appreciate the music. So obviously he brings in sort of good rebel action. I mean, so there's never anybody sort of shit plays in his bar. So people drink there are used to seeing sort of good live music, and it's there.
And that's the thing, Rory. You know what I mean? I don't want to be sitting. You know, I'm not Shebeen. I'm not the Irish Brigade or the Wolf Tones that's got 6,000 or 7,000 supported fans, you know what I mean? Like, we're just climbing the ladder, you know what I mean? So I'd rather play in a small venue that's packed and rock the place than having a big venue and looking around and having 100 people and 1,000 capacity, you know what I mean? So I'd rather keep it small and intimate, where people get into the music and they're like, wow, this is where we rock it then, you know what I mean?
Right. So see all these people like that are coming over with you. Is any of them been to Ireland before? Is this sort of all their first time coming over? Like, a busy green completely for any of it's happening, will be happening this week, or?
A lot of them, maybe 80%, have never been in Ireland.
Right,
you know what I mean? And they were just like, we've been here out tonight now, and like 80% want to move here.
Already?
You know.
Right, okay. And what's the sort of age group of people you have? Is it all sort of old dolls and whatever and stuff, or you mean sort of?
No,
like...
last year it was kind of like different ages. Usually now it's maybe in the late 20s to the late 50s, early 50s.
Right.
You know what I mean?
A bit of a mixture there, like.
A bit of mixture, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we have Mickey McNally. We're meeting up with Mickey tomorrow.
Brilliant.
Mickey McNally. We're going to meet up with Mickey tomorrow, and he's going to bring us round the Shankill, or not the Shankill, sorry. He's going to bring us round the Falls Road and Milltown Cemetery. You know what I mean? He's going to explain the history of, you know, of the troubles in the north of Ireland, you know. So we'll do that with Mickey, and then we're going to go to the Felons then tomorrow evening and have a sing-song with Mickey. And Mickey's going to jump on board it as well.
Brilliant.
You know what I mean? And we'll get a load of songs in with Mickey, and it's always a pleasure to play with Irish Brigade and Mickey, you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
They're my
Definitely.
legends, they're my idols, you know.
Yeah. So see, when you head back in, so I mean, is there any other sort of big gigs you have sort of planned for this year? What's you have coming up, or anything else in the States, or?
Yeah, we get back and we have a couple of weeks off. Obviously, it's different when you have kids, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, so I have to juggle my gigs around my kids and stuff like that. So when we get back, we're in New York.
In October.
In October 23rd, we're playing in Times Square in Connolly's. And then the 24th, we're playing in another venue in New Jersey, which the Druids hooked me up at that, you know. They hooked me up at a gig in New Jersey. So we're looking forward to New York and New Jersey, because it's hard to get out to the East Coast from the West Coast. It's a long journey, you know.
Yeah. So how far is that away from where you are based at?
It's the same from New York to Ireland. You know, it's
Seriously?
still a 3-4. Yeah, it's still
Jesus
a 3,000-4,000. Yeah.
That's
a 5-hour flight.
That's crazy.
You know,
and
it's about a 5-6 hour flight.
So see, the guys in your band, are you all based in like the same sort of area, state, or do you have people having to travel from somewhere else? I mean, or where are you all based at, like?
We're all based in Portland, except Helmut. Helmut lives in Long Beach, California.
Right. So that must be making have jam sessions a bit difficult, does it? You can't do it via Zoom, can you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been with Sean for about 4 years, so now I just show up a few days before our gigs and we'll rehearse. We'll do a marathon of rehearsal, a few hours, and then just get it done. And then we usually lump a lot of our gigs together, so we'll do 3, 4, 5 gigs in one weekend.
Yeah,
So
brilliant.
that keeps us sharp.
Happy days. Well, listen, Sean, we're going to go to have our next guest from up in another 10 minutes here. I'll have to get a couple of songs on. So, listen, enjoy your week in Ireland and your gigs, and hopefully I'll see you on Saturday. And so, we'll
brilliant.
So, okay, mate, listen.
Thanks very much.
Try and get some sleep today. I'll see you
maybe see you tomorrow night at the Felons. Hey.
Maybe. Well, maybe we'll see what happens. All right, good luck.
All right,
see you later on.
thank you.
Cheers. All right, bye. There we go. That was Sean and Helmut there from Sean Daly and the Shams. Great to see them on. Just a bit of a sort of short interview. Obviously, we had Sean on before and got in sort of in depth into his whole sort of music and where he came from, etc. So this is more or less just talking about their tour and stuff. So it's great to have them on. So if anybody is in sort of Dublin or Galway or Athlone, and obviously they'll be in the Felons tomorrow night, call down, see them. And obviously Mickey McNally will be playing with them tomorrow night, maybe at the Whistles and Mandolin as well. So that's always good to say. I've seen a few videos of them last year doing that gig in the Felons, and it was just acoustic. It wasn't like there was no speakers or nothing, just them sitting in the lounge, and it looked like brilliant crack. Like, plus you've a whole busload of 40 Americans with them. So we're going to have Matt O'Reilly on the next 15 minutes, folks. So what we're going to do is, obviously, we said that this sort of week we're going to do a lot of sort of hunger striker sort of orientated songs, because the National Hunger Strike commemoration is this weekend in Ballina, County Mayo. So before we get Matt on, we always play a song from the guest we have on. So this is from Matt's 5-track EP called The Country We All Adore. It's on Spotify and iTunes and all, so have a look at it, folks. He also has a live Celtic album that was recorded in Nanty Mulligan's. So we'll play this here song now. This is the Ballad of Joe McDonald from Matt's album, The Country We All Adore.
Donald. From Belfast town I came, the city I will never see again. For in the town of Belfast I spent many happy days. I love that town in so many ways. For it's there I spent my childhood and found for me a wife. I then set out to make for her a life. I put all my young ambitions, met with bitterness and hate. I soon found myself inside a prison gate. And you dare to call me a terrorist while you look down your gun. When I think of all the deeds that you have done, you have plundered many nations, divided many lands. You terrorized our people, you ruled with an iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land. Those many months internment in the Maidstone and the Main, I thought about my land throughout those days. While my country was divided, well, I was now in jail, imprisoned without crime and with no trial. And although I love my country, I am not a bitter man. I have seen cruelty and injustice at first hand. So then one fateful morning, I shook both freedom's hand. For right or wrong, I tried to free my land. And you dare to call me terrorist while you look down your gun. When I think of all the deeds that you have done, you have plundered many nations, divided many lands. You terrorized our people, you ruled with an iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land. Then one cold October morning, trapped in a lion's den, I found myself in prison once again. I was committed to the H blocks for 14 years or more. And the blankets, oh, the conditions, they were poor. Then a hunger strike we did commence for the dignity of man, that it seemed to me that no one gave a damn. But now I am a saddened man. I watch my comrades die. If only people they care or wonder why. And you dare to call me a terrorist while you look down your gun, when I think of all the deeds that you have done. You have plundered many nations, divided many lands. You terrorized our people. You ruled with an iron hand, and you brought this reign of terror to my land. May God shine on you, Bobby Sands, for this courage you have shown. May your glory and your fame be widely known. And young Francis Hughes and Ray McCreesh, who died unselfishly, and young Patsy O'Hara, the next in line is me. And those who lie behind me, may your courage be the same. And I pray to God my life is not in vain. But sad and bitter was the year of 1981. For everything's not lost, it's still to be won.
There we go, folks. That was Matt's version of Joe McDonald from his album The Country We All Adore. Check it out on Spotify, as well with his live Celtic album. It was recorded in Nanty Mulligan's in Belfast. So Matt, can you hear me, mate?
Yes, 100%. Ro, can you
happy
see
days.
me all right?
Yes, I can see you. Yep, happy days. So obviously, since the last time I had you on, Matt, that was a good few years ago on the older podcast. Obviously, it was like a live sort of phone call before we'd done the video link ups and stuff. So obviously, we still sort of speak regularly these days. Sort of at times often hated. So, but we're good mates, so we can get away from them things. So can. So obviously, as I mentioned earlier on, was on the wee ad for the show. You're probably like, since we last spoke, I mean, you were just recording you just sent me the tracks for your first album you'd done, the studio album. And you just went from strength to strength, mate. You're obviously one of the biggest sort of booked rebel singers in Belfast. Very, very hard to get you a gig, so it is. You have like sort of residencies now in Nanty Mulligan's, the Fallons, McAnally's. You're almost, I think at your stage you're maybe 3 gigs behind Jerry Og a week. So tell us how the last few years have been for Matt O'Reilly as a musician since the last time I sort of spoke to you on the show.
Yeah, so I think last time we spoke, I don't even think I've done the feel yet, or maybe done it once. No, it's just been going from strength to strength, and I wouldn't like I've put a lot of work into it, but I've had a lot of help along the way. Like yourself, Ro, up booking me here, there, and everywhere, and like Jerry Og, Colin McCulloch, all them boys sort of keep me right along the way. Very lucky to have they've been booked in for the field the last load of years, so they've put a lot of faith in me, and so there's a lot of different kind of components, different factors in terms of why I'm doing well, but it is going well, and it's going from strength to strength. I'm very grateful for it, and the guys at Nancy Mulligan's have kind of given me that platform to go in and sort of hone the craft and hone the Celtic stuff, especially because obviously massive fan always have been. But in terms of they're the bar, them and the fans, to be fair, are the bar that are like, right, get in after games, go hell for lather and all the Celtic stuff. No, they're really promoting the Celtic bar. That they are a Celtic supporters bar, and and that's given me the kind of platform to be able to really get in and like even me, I've been at it maybe 10, 11, 12 years, but you're always getting better, you're always trying to learn, you're always trying to improve. So like analyses and stuff has given me that kind of platform, that kind of springboard to go into that. So like I say, a lot of components to it. I mean, I've had a lot of help along the way, but I'm really loving it. And when obviously we'll probably speak about it a bit more sort of as we go, but when I think I've kind of hit the glass ceiling, another gig comes along, I'm like, flip me, how have I managed to get that? That's brilliant. And then I just keep kind of sort of scaling new heights that I never thought possible. And again, very grateful to people for taking a chance on me and kind of believing in what I do,
Yeah. So obviously you mentioned there the fail a couple of times. So I think is it 5 times you've played now or 4?
Yeah, I've been on this 4 years, but 5 times. Remember the
5 times. So obviously, I think you've done what twice solo, maybe 3 times with the band. Now you've done 3.
3 times solo and twice with the band.
Right. Okay. So obviously. And each time you're sort of maybe getting a later set, which is great. Obviously, sort of progressing onto the stage. So I think obviously someone coming from West Belfast, it's obviously an honour and delight to be asked to play not just once, but again. So it's like, so tell me the story about the sunglasses. Obviously, it isn't just about obviously the sun getting in your eyes. I mean, 'cause a few times I've been patient down over it, but is it sort of just like is it sort of like block out everything where you can just go up on stage and do what you want, like?
You know what? Really, you're spot on in that sense. It's the first year was. See, it's funny. The first year that I played at that we awarded them, it was actually to my defence, it was quite decent days, and then and then the next year I was like, when I say it was one of them days where the pollen was, I get really bad hay fever.
Hay fever, okay.
My eyes were streaming backstage falling on. I was like, I don't need to wear shades on stage, yeah. Join, and then it became a thing. And then with the band the first year, it like it may not seem it, or it may seem it, but even me being that busy, gigging that much, I get quite bad anxiety sometimes in terms of just in general life, but maybe before gigs and stuff. So that, like you said, you're spot on. The glasses and each time kind of block out everything and just let me kind of go. And it's kind of a bit of a, maybe sounds stupid, it's a bit of a wall ahead behind too. So it like kind of removes anxiety because you've just got a big pair of shit. I'm like, you know what, just go for it here. Whereas if I didn't, it's kind of a subconscious thing now where I'm like, for the feel, I'm like, I have to wear. It's like I'm sort of like a lucky charm. I have to wear a pair of sunglasses, you know what I mean? But all them composed with all different things,
So see, obviously, you've been asked so many times to do it now. I mean, and it's probably a stupid question, but can you sort of like afford to get complacent or like take it for granted? Like think, oh, that's it. I know I'm going to do it every year now. That's a sad thing. I mean,
no, never. I never take it. I'll play it all here.
Are you in the car?
Okay, the missus is getting away into sleep, so I'm friggin' but I'm connected to Wi-Fi, don't worry. My last time. So in terms of complacency, no, never. Like I never take it for granted that I'm on the bill until I see the poster every year.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful to the Cab and Gamble at Fela because the first year I was on, I'm sort of in awe when I'm there every year, but like, especially the first year I was on, I just couldn't stop thanking people. I was like, thank you so much for giving me this chance. Thank you so much. Do you know what I mean? So, so that was the thing, and I think I kind of come across in terms of that it does mean a lot to me, and I think that came across the first time I played. Like, I was really grateful to be here, which I am, and I was. And each time I'm very lucky that they've asked me back and they've asked me back. And no, like you say, you can never take it for granted. You can never be complacent. I'm always waiting on the poster coming out every year, going, I hope I'm on it this year. Do you know what I mean?
Do you stay there the whole time, or do you like piss off and do another gig somewhere? And
no.
Sort of ask about like sort of backstage. What's it like? Obviously, because all the other bands are going to be there doing the sound checks, and they're farting about. I mean, what's it sort of like backstage? You all sort of get together and have a bit of crack, have a drink together with the other singers, all, or?
Yeah, 100%. Like it's funny, you know. I've obviously, I dare say, like yourself and like anyone else that loves rebel music. I've loved Shabine and Gary Oak since I was young, like, and it's kind of from the feeler where I kind of became mates with them, and like I would consider like Alan Quinn, Budgie, McGinty, Gary, and stuff actually friends now. Through just backstage the Phil, had a crack and sort of exchange numbers, and then gigs throughout the year coming from that. But the likes of I backstage the Phil, I always kind of, I just make sure, get myself a load of water, get on the stage, play, and then get back and just tan a case of beer and you know, and just enjoy myself.
Do you get your own dressing room, or are you sort of?
You get your own wee cab. You get your own wee cabin, which is fantastic. The first year we were there, I was there. I when they brought me around, I was like, I was going, is this room for me? They were like, yeah, this is yours, and I was like, this whole room was like,
just for me.
Like, they were laughing, the staff were in stitches. They were like, yes, Matt, you can show it in here. And I was like, seriously. My name was in the door and all, so it was an old pinch yourself moment that way, like, you know.
So now it's got to the stage you have a list and you tell them beforehand, I want this in the room, I want this in the room, I want this in the room.
Green M&Ms. Green M&Ms only.
Alright. So we talked earlier on there about Jerry Oak, obviously massive friend of both of us, right? And we've sort of tell us a bit about the influence Jerry has sort of had on you and your sort of whole career.
Honestly, Ro, I wouldn't be doing this game without Jerry. And I kind of, you know, obviously, like you know yourself, you always associate Jerry with Rebel Sunday, and I was going to Rebel Sunday before I even knew Jerry, and of course, sort of kind of watching his every move at Rebel Sunday, the way he played Rebel music, the way he sang, the way he interacted with crowds, and then when I started playing in Nancy's, Jerry was playing there, and me and Jerry met, and I kind of just. But see, for the first, after about 6 months, he had no choice but to be my mate because I just tortured him, asked him questions. Well, what's that? You know, what way do you play that one? And can you show me what you did there? And then, see, from that, you know, Gary's the biggest influence in my career because he's an incredible musician, but he always said, and this is the thing that really drew me to him. One of my first ever gigs, he said, I can't remember what way it came up. And he pulled me to the side and was like, the only way you'll do well in this game, because I'm still wet behind the ears, he said. And I don't know if he had seen something or I don't know, but he pulled me to the side, he said, he didn't even know it at the time, he says, the only way you'll do well in this game, kid, is if you be yourself. That's the only person you can be. And it sounds like a birthday card.
Don't try and be somebody else. You're on a copying cat and somebody.
If all you can be is yourself, and see if you're yourself, you have the best possible chance of doing well. And that always stuck with me. And I swear to God. And then from that, you know, Jerry, I'm lucky enough that Jerry's been in my band now. You know, going across to Scotland, play at the Fela. But, you know, it's my biggest honour to have him to be able to say, you know, when he agreed to come into my band, it's like a pinch me, because I'm like, you know, you're the reason I'm playing music. You know, I mean, he's the reason I've kept going when there's been maybe tough times, and you know, I can't talk highly enough about the guy, and I would honestly say he's my best friend in life as well as music now, because we've just grown that close, and yeah, he just really looks after me, and you know, like Jerry, you know yourself, I know you're good friends with him as well. I can't thank him enough, because I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't.
But obviously, I must have asked him about 10 times to go on this show, and he's like, he'll never come on, because he's one of them ones where he's very humble, but I'd be afraid of him coming on, because I know he would say something that, but he would, because you know he just doesn't give a fuck. Like he's like, I mean, he just his thing. If you let me on there, I'm going to say something. I'm not. Well, back it up, you know what I mean? So maybe it's a good thing. So let's now talk about the Matarelli band. Obviously, it's formed a few years ago now. So tell us, obviously, gigs are probably sort of few and far between, because you all do your own thing. All the different members of the band, you all have your own gigs, playing elsewhere or whatever. So where did the idea come to actually? Was this sort of a feel thing where you wanted to have more than just yourself on the stage, or and sort of tell me who's involved? Is it a lot of your mates, the personal friends, are in the band with you? Or?
I always had an idea that I would love to get a Matarelli band together, and Davy Maguire. Don't know if you know Davy. So Davy, when I started thinking about it, I was like, I only want people that I really look up to, that I would only ask people that have kind of heavily influenced me to be in it. And then, so it started off, not last year, the year before, not this year, last year, going in the field, I had said, I'd love a few whistles. So I text Davey McGuire, says, will you play whistles for me? And he's like, oh, 100%. And we're all kind of mates, and Davey says, what about a bass player? I'll ask Cobb McCulloch, and I was like, oh, don't. So he went and asked, I was like, right, brilliant. And then he went, well, why don't we get a drummer? And the person that taught me how to play guitar is a guy called Conor McCaffrey. Connor's the most talented musician I've ever seen. I swear to God, he is incredible. He's a great drummer as well. Connor's really heavily influenced me. He's a really good mate of mine. So I texted him, I was like, look, what do you reckon about playing drums? He was like, oh, 100%. So that was kind of the band form. And then I went, there's one missing piece here. And I was sitting with Davey and Cub. We were doing a bit of a rehearsal, and I went, there's one missing piece here, and Cub went, Jerry Oak. So we had an acoustic, we had a bass, we had a whistle, and an electric Davey was playing, we had a drummer.
Yeah.
What about mandolin? Jerry can be so humble, and he'd be so dismissive of himself.
I never knew he played it until I seen him on the stage. I said, what the hell? Cause I knew Jerry's playing, I was like, what's he going to play? Is he going to play, you have two guitars? Next thing I see him on stage with mandolin, I was like, I didn't know it. I didn't know he played that. Like,
he's a really good mandolin player too. Really, really good. And I was the same, and I went, Cub, so I had phoned him and asked him, he says, I'll come to your practice, and I'll come to practice next week, but see, on the Monday, we had a night out, we had arranged a few beers, with the Monday before the practice, or the Wednesday, something like that. So me, him, and Cub went out anyway, and we agreed. Cub was like, why don't you play mandolin? I was like, I didn't even know you played that. And he was like, no, I barely played. Then he came to practice, he was fucking brilliant at it. So I was like, right, well, there we go. And then that was how the band was formed. Yeah. So we did the feeler, and then I'm friends, I've played a couple of times at Greenock Celtic Supporters Club.
Yeah.
And Joe from Greenock was like, fuck, I saw the band. He says, what's the chance of getting you over to Greenock for one of our events? He says, we'll do a ticket a night. So I got in touch with the boys. What was the name of a pulled an RBS player, but it was primarily the same band. We got across there, did a full band gig, and and then over Easter we were asked to come into PD and play. So we've had a few, but it's class. Like I forgot I played in like original bands when I was really, really young, but I forgot how much fun it is just playing in a band rather than obviously solo gigs are brilliant too, but see playing that, it's just, I can't describe you how enjoyable it is. Like.
Did I see you're playing the bar dance?
Yeah.
I messaged you, but I forgot. So you're playing with Charlie and the boys? Are you names up or
supporting Charlie and the boys?
How'd that come about? Did they contact themselves then, or what?
Yeah, they contacted me. To be fair and be totally honest, I've offered my services, constantly, because I'm friends with. I supported them before in Lurgan. I became friends with them, just chatting to them. Really nice boys, and. Then I met them in Birmingham at you remember Celtic played Villa? Macara's in Glasgow ran
the big festival. Yeah.
Ran a bit, and Charlie Boys were heading. I was chatting to the boys there then, and I've kind of kept in contact with them on social media. And a couple of the Barlands gigs, I've kind of threw a hat in the ring, says, look lads, I'd love to support you, but they'd already kind of sorted. Then for this one, same thing, and they just messaged me, says, look, Matt, would love to have you supporting us, and I was like, oh, absolutely brilliant. Like,
over some buzz, like.
It's such a cliche and such maybe but ever since I was my dad said it actually when the gig got announced. He says, I've been taking you, and my dad got a bit not emotional, but he got a bit like kind of. It was like a proud moment for him. He says,
sure, sure.
I've walked you past that Barlands, up to Celtic Park since you were 10-year-old. He says, I can't add how proud I am of you that you're going to be playing in there. And he says, absolutely brilliant. He says, we get off the Gallagate, we'll go to a bar, and then I've walked you past up there every time we're over up to Celtic Park, and that kind of made me go. It's like it's been a dream of mine since I was a kid to play in there. Never thought it was achievable. Still can't believe it. I'm so grateful for it. But when you're so buzzing myself. I mean, you hear that from your fan. Nicole said to me as well. She's like me and you went to Liberty. Nicole's my wife. She's like, me and you went to watch the Libertines a load of years ago, and I just can't believe it's going to be you on that stage now. You're on that stage. So when you see how it affects those closest to you, and when you see that they're proud of you, you're like, it's just such a nice feeling. Like,
so is any family coming over for the gig when you play?
I have the Matarelli army are coming over. Mrs. is coming, and then there's a couple of friends like wee Chloe Duffy. I don't know if do you know Chloe? Do you? Chloe Duffy?
So.
Hero, like absolute hero. Louise McKenna and our friend, and they follow me over. They're my biggest supporters as well as Nicole. Their friends are Nicole. They're coming over. They booked their flights as soon as the thing was. Nicole's coming in. My best mate. He's just back from teaching in England. He's just moved back. But when the news got announced, I hadn't even put it into a group chat. I just put it on social media, and he sent me a photo of flights. He was like, "Let's do it."
It'll be. I think the thing as well. It will, when you're on, even it'll be rammed, because them ones are early doors. Them Charlie and the Boys gigs are, as soon as the doors open, it's just bongs. I've seen obviously videos when Kieran Davenport and all support them, and he's been on early, and just the place is just packed. Paints is getting flung everywhere. So it just looks like crazy. Like so brilliant. Brilliant. Happy days, mate. So tell me, it's just something I want to ask you. Obviously you sort of do gigs, like you play places where it's not all rebel music. You'll do sort of middle of the road stuff and all as well. There's a sort of fad, or maybe a thing going around at the minute with these things called like church bangers. People call them. So it's like all these here, like "Here I Am, Lord." And, do you do any of that, or like? Is it...
So obviously the one that I've always do, and it's kind of come before this. I don't know exactly what I mean. It was this is the day that we went away, and I continue went away in Europe, and you're gigging. But here I am. Look, I started getting requested a lot of, especially with a flat. But I had to go away and learn it because.
But even that, like Lady and Knock or something was like the big one you're all doing. So this.
Yeah, Lady and Knock as well. That was the one as well. People are like. Don't know, my brother's a priest, and I don't know his songs.
No, because we were in the Rock a good few weeks ago, I think, when Una Dunn was playing, right? And my friend James was over for the weekend, and obviously we were painting away and stuff, and she was singing a lot of rap. The next thing broke into like Lady and Knock, and he's looking at me going, "Is she singing a holy song?" And obviously because he's based over in England, he never heard. He's like, "Is this the thing? What the hell?" Like, I was like, "No, this is a big thing, James. Like, it's there." And even when we're talking to Damien Quinn, Lanzarote, he's like, "It is. The kids love it." This is like, he says the place could be dead. The next thing you stick one of them on, the floor's bunged, and they're all bouncing about, going mad. Like,
no, so I had to learn that Lady and Knock purely. Now it is powerful. See when you stick your stomper on it. No, like the golden road, bang bang, and every couple was fucking bonkers. Like,
I seen a video of John Garley doing it when the Flab was on there. It said it just looked mad. Like, I think it was probably more the crowd singing than he was, but it looked brilliant. Like, so obviously, Matt, we can't sort of bring you on without mentioning the elephant in the room. Tuesday night's sort of humiliation in Austria. Obviously, normally we'll have Keith on doing the Salt Lake Chapel. He's now on this week, so we're sort of now dropped into the Europa League. So what was your thoughts on the match on Tuesday? Like,
I couldn't believe what I was watching, to be honest. I thought actually Celtic started really well. First 20, 25 minutes, I thought there was a real good control in the game. I thought Celtic had pinned it back, and I thought Celtic maybe, that kind of one that, Bar flicked on and Ho just missed at the back post. It's all fine lanes, but then, I don't know, it was Negren's back pass was just a complete turning point. But even at that, getting it at one each, that should have been the time for O'Neill to kind of regroup and kind of maybe change shape that. I think it's on the management, if I'm being totally honest. In-game management was pathetic.
I can't understand. Like, seeing like sort of Hassan on the bench, even Callum Osmond, like, what's this lad got to do to get a match? I mean, obviously he probably scored a goal to win the league at Salt Lake Park not so long ago. I mean, and since this season started, he hasn't kicked the ball. Like, and you're going, I mean, people talk about James Forrest as well. I mean, but he basically brought on 3 defenders. Like, I mean, I just couldn't. I go, what's he doing here? Why? You have these guys sitting on the bench. This guy Hassan has hardly kicked the ball yet. I mean, he probably tore it up in the World Cup. I mean, and he's going to come up here and you're like, why pay us big money for people? And you're not going to give them a. I mean, and
bringing on Tanaki for Yang at the time that he did, I thought was baffling, because Yang has his detractors, right? And Yang has that obviously many fucking the kind of deficiencies. But Yang was brilliant the other night, I thought, for the first half especially. I mean, getting us up the pitch, he was getting like 60, 70 yards up the pitch.
Yep, brilliant. Well.
By pure just as that. Tanaki's got the heart of a mouse. And see, even at that, I know it's easy to kind of sit here, kind of armchair fans, armchair experts, but surely a playing man could see, right, get in at the extra time, you're absolutely on the I know Cardiff Vickers get injured, you're completely on their course. Do something to get Osmond on and just throw balls in behind him for the last 30 minutes.
Try and at least get one more goal up. Like,
and just let him chase.
What, do you think the grief that Luke McKern got was justified? Like,
I think the personal grief was over the top. I think, professionally, I don't think is Luke McKern good enough to be a main player for Celtic? No, probably not. But he wasn't the only one out there the other night.
No, definitely not.
Only that. Carter Vickers was absolutely awful. Trusty was bullied for one of those. Tierney, terrible. You know, they were all awful. You know,
but I think even the keeper the other night he didn't show himself in glory. Like, I mean, it's a few of them goals you're going like, how has he got that? I know you say you're sitting in armchair fans going like, that's right, if you to sit there and go, I'd have saved that, I mean, whatever or stuff. Yeah. But I think no, I don't know whether like is he the answer for the rest of the season?
I don't think so, and I always would. I kind of thought it up to him, but he was really, really poor. The entire, and I really felt for Colin McGregor because he was on his own in that midfield. Like Benjamin Negron is, you can't take anything away from it. His output's incredible. Off the ball, I thought he was non-existent, and the likes of, I think there needs to be, there's a conversation that hasn't happened yet with Carter Vickers because I think Carter Vickers is really, really waning. Like I think he looks so slow. I think there is loads of work to do in the transfer market, but now that we are where we are, is it going to happen? I have my serious doubts, but we're just lucky that Demons across the city are so much worse than us. You know what I mean?
Well, but the only problem being is it's back to Thursday nights, so it's going to be nearly Sunday every game now. I know. And the thing is, well, which has pissed me off now because I put this show on thinking we're going to be in the Champions League. At least Tuesday and Wednesday nights the matches will be on, and now the games will be on exactly the time my show's going to be on. And like, for fuck's sake, which isn't ideal. But listen, what can you do? But so Falkirk on Saturday. What do you reckon? They sort of try and get back in and sort of just like.
I think we'll absolutely obliterate Falkirk. It'll just be typical of Saturday. We'll go and hit them for 5 or 6. And then it'll be, the board will think, it's all rosy in the garden again, and but it's just that one will sting. The only thing I can say is, anytime O'Neill has kind of come a crapper in a European qualifier, Basel in 2002, we ended up Europa League final that year, UEFA Cup final, So I'm just hoping that this will be the same thing. That I'm pretty sure Strachan's first year when Artmedia and Slava knocked us out, they would drop in the Europa League and did quite well. So I'm hoping that we'll maybe go on a bit of a run.
See what the straw's like, but again, I think the layout of it, rather than this sort of whole group stage, I like the way it's sort of set out. So it is.
Yeah.
You're not basically playing just the same 4 teams home and away, whatever. And it's I think probably teams like us might give us a better chance of maybe progressing a bit. I mean, but again, if we're going to it with this team. Not a chance.
I think there's work to be done. Like definitely work to be done.
I think even the thing with like Hugh putting him up in the, I still think maybe he needs to try and get 2 up front. These 2 boys together, like because I just don't think it's working. Trying to fit your boy on the right hand side, and he's probably scored the most goals out of them all. I mean, now so he's like, and it's not his position. But even again the other night he was just like both of them were. Like, but then again, if he had scored that goal in the first half, the one where he slid in, he just missed it. I mean, so like, from that cross from Yang. But we'll see how it goes.
I think they both need to play, and you're 100% right. And I don't think Duran, he's not a right winger. He's a brilliant player, and he's flying even out of position. But I would just love to see him up front. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Right, so towards the end of the show, we always do. We'll ask the guests. We'll have like 5 questions, right? And it's just actually they're completely random. They're nothing to do with rebel music or whatever. So it's a sort of thing now you have to think, right? So one is favourite drink.
Alcoholic or normal?
Well, if you drink, then whatever your favourite drink is, like.
You know what? I love a pint of Tennent's. You're probably gonna go with it.
Seriously?
I love a pint of Tennent's. It's deep freezing cold, especially when you're across in Glasgow.
Well, it's a different story in Glasgow. You actually the Brute and Well Park.
Nancy Mulligan, those Tennent's, it's great.
Do they? Right. Favourite food?
I love a good Chinese, mate.
What do you get in the Chinese?
Chicken balls, chips, rice, curry.
So all these Chinese people are going, I like Chinese, it's bloody beige special. Chinese people.
Love
I got a bloody Kevin Bridges joke about the Chinese. Where's all the yellow shit?
Where's all the yellow stuff?
Favorite holiday destination?
We've been to Mexico twice over the years. I love Mexico. Like, I'd say it's a bomb to get to, but I love there.
Right. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Armageddon. What a show. You seen it?
What? Mate, I actually haven't. No. That's I don't want to miss a thing song in it.
It is the greatest film ever made. I made it watch it tonight now. You put it in my head.
It's a lovely show, like. Right, so last one. Favorite non-rebel artist and song?
Favorite non-rebel artist is the Arctic Monkeys, and favorite song is Brandstorm.
Right, okay. So, see, just talking about the non-rebel stuff, see, like, say maybe at Christmas time, if you're doing the gigs down at the market and stuff, what sort of stuff do you do there? I mean, what would your set sort of be?
Taylor Swift times 10, mate.
Seriously, that's all I want.
Get up on the road, and you have to kind of, what I do before the market, obviously, kind of what all the kids are into, and I think I'm only 35, like I'm only a cub myself, but no, but the next year, there's always around about that time, there's always a new song that everyone's like obsessed with. You kind of just have to keep on top of it, and like first year I did a market with 6 Season. Everyone wanted 6 Season. I never even heard it. So I was like, right, boom, went and learned it. But like the next Taylor Swift, just a load of cheese, load of bewitched and all.
See, like them gigs, you make obviously get people come to know you and stuff. Would you Emily ever come and say I can stick a song or whatever, anything, or you get asked for them in there? You're just going, nah, can't do them at all.
I was playing a market one year, and last year was so funny, and I was like, hey, troops, that's here. The place was going bonkers, everyone was going mad. I said, hey, troops, get a request up. Some boy at the back, funny wee guy,
he's like,
"Don't save." I was like, "It's not happening." He was like, when he sat back down, and I was like, 3 songs later, and he request, boys over again. I was like, "What you fuck up?" But funny wee guy, like, but he knew like that I was just cracking up on it, but he was in stitches, like funny wee guy, brilliant.
Right. So obviously we always get the guests to come on, and I pick a song for the end of the show. Obviously you can pick your own one or somebody else's, but normally it's a song that maybe means a bit to you. So what song have you picked?
My favourite ever performance of a rebel slash Irish song is Our Ogue and the Brazen Head. Their person Let the People Sing. Just take it down from the last.
That album was just like, I mean, it's even still to this day, it's still like I regularly play it at my gigs, I mean, but it's one of those, I think it's, when that was released, it changed rebel music forever. Like, just a lot of bands hardly even had drums running before. I mean, they were just experimenting like with drums. Like even before, like with Shebeen, Alan Cumm was just playing a wee snare. I mean, himself at the front, and then they come in and see, obviously when you watch the documentary that sort of coached on that there, it's amazing. Like just the whole story of how they came together, and like it just changed the whole face of rebel music. Like, what the way people play it, the approach and all of it, like.
Yeah, I'll give you a laugh for I have to tell you a quick story because you'll laugh at this. Was Gary? Obviously, I had known him at the time and get on well, but I wouldn't have known him as well as I do now at this point at the Fela. And I was backstage, locked. I was going, album, he's that guy, unreal. And he was like, oh, cheers, mate. And I just kept getting on at him and on at him.
Full on fanboy, like.
What about that for an album, guy? And he was looking at me going, who the fuck is this? And going, love it, Gary. And I just thought, and see the next day, I was like, I must have mentioned that album 50,000 times. I was like, I'll pass never going to speak to me ever again.
Well, that's it.
He was just, I could see that my missus was laughing. I was like, going, Gary Ogue was like, get this boy away from me. I was like, in 2 tracks and all, Cross McGlen, what a version, Gary. He was like, oh, I swear to God. Only like.
What always gets me with that album is like, basically with the sound, everybody thinks it's a mandolin. It's basically an electric guitar. So does he has a capo on an electric guitar. and that's how he gets that sounded to this. Because that's what Gary spoke about in the documentary, and he's going like the wee guy whose friend was in school that played the guitar. He's like he didn't play a mandolin and have a mandolin player, but we needed that sort of sound, like that sort of mandolin. And he's like, next thing he put a capo on it and started playing it. And he says it just going, what is that sound? He said, but it just worked. It's mad. So it's like
that's powerful, isn't it? Lethal.
So listen, Matt, thank you very much for coming on. So where's your gigs this weekend? Where can people see you?
I'm this weekend, so I'm in Hole in the Wall, North Belfast tomorrow night, 8 to 10. I'm in Nancy's every Saturday, 5 to 8. I'm in the Caulfields Bar on the top of White Rock tomorrow at 8:30, and then Fallon's on Sunday at 4:30. So just a wee plug. I'm recording my new live album on the 13th of September, Nancy Mulligan, straight after the Sally Rangers game.
Good. So is this going to be another sort of Celtic oriented album, or it's more just a full rebel album?
I'm calling it Stand Up for Champions Volume 2, and I'll probably just go right through the volumes until I hope we don't lose out on a league in the near future, but until we lose out on a league. But yeah, it's going to be a mixture of Celtic, mixture of rebel, and basically I've got a guy coming down who's gonna record. He did my last one,
Sean.
Really good call. Sean, and he's got an accent. So he did a great job on my last one. So
sound that there was brilliant. So it was like for being a live album, it's fantastic. So it was like very good.
He's powerful, but he does like.
Yeah. So listen, Matt, good luck, mate. No, actually, before you go, I was going to say, sounds like a lot of these guys do so many gigs a week, but I think I something I always want to ask you. See, like one at Easter, you see people like obviously for a rebel singer, Easter is just like. You could be playing like through Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, doing sometimes 5-6 gigs in a day. And I think it was like 3 years ago, I got you booked for a gig in the league in Ardoyne, right, on the Easter Tuesday. And I was talking to you, I don't know if it was before or actually before the gig, and you were asking me how much was on and what time was starting at, and you could barely even talk. Your thought was just like, I was going, how is he going to do this gig?
I know.
See, like the Easter weekend, is it more or less just like, you don't want to knock the gigs back and you're going to just go take as many as I can get, or like what way do you?
You know, and it's kind of the mentality because I can remember that year, and it took me ages to recover from that weekend, to be honest. Because it took so much long, but you kind of want to be respectful because, like at the end of the day, we're all remembering the Patriots dead at Easter weekend. You kind of want to be respectful to anyone that's kind of putting something on that is kind of you know in line with that. You know, so I would never ever turn it, you know, the likes of your set, you know, the guys in the league, the fans, PD, and before you know it, and Nancy Mulligan, before you know it, you do end up with 8, 9, 10 gigs. So sometimes it does knock your throat for 6. But that weekend, I didn't help it by on the Sunday or the Saturday, I was on support for Emer Glacken in Glen Park, and a couple of my mates decided to go out at the last minute, and I ended up on it, and that didn't help me because the rest of the weekend I was being a fash at a swell. You know what I mean? So last year, the 2 years that have come since I've been on the water, I haven't drank. I always save drinking until my last gig day. So whether it's Easter Monday, Easter Tuesday, I always say I'll have a couple of pints at my last gig and then just go on it after that. You know what I mean? So that's how I manage it now. But that year was hard.
Crazy. Well, listen, Matt, thanks very much for coming on. Great. Appreciate it. No problem. So we're going to play now Matt's song choice, which Let the People Sing from Our Ogue from Live at the Brazen Head. Right, mate, good luck. Talk to you later on. Cheers. All right, so go. That was Matt O'Reilly. Live there for you. It's great. Again, to have him on. Thank you very much, mate. Obviously a good friend of mine, so it's always great to have him on for a bit of a chat on the show. So here we go. This is Let the People Sing from Our Ogue Live at the Brazen Head.
For those who are in love, here's a song that's warm and tender. For those who are oppressed, in song you can protest. So liberate your minds and give your souls expression. And open up your hearts and they'll sing to you the song. Let the people sing the stories and their songs, the music of their native land. The lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy join us hand in hand. All across this ancient land, throughout the test of time, it was music that kept the spirits free, those songs of years and the vine. Take it down from the masked Irish traders, it's a flag we Republicans claim. It will never belong to freesiders. You have brought on it nothing but shame. So leave it to those who are willing to uphold it through war and in peace, to men who intend to do killings until Britain's tyranny is ceased. Take it down from the masked Irish traitors, it's a flag we Republicans claim. It will never belong to freesiders. You have brought on it nothing but shame. Well, you murdered Sir Brave William and Rory, you butchered young Richard and Joe. Your hands with the blood are still gory from doing the work of the foe. Take it down from the masked Irish traitors, it's a flag we Republicans claim. It'll never belong to freesiders. You have brought on it nothing but shame. Well, it was back in ancient times when a bard would tell us stories of heroes, of villains, of chieftains in the glen. From Elizabethan times, from winning wars and fury, the vipers to the sword, killed the harpers and the bard. Let the people sing the stories and their songs, the music of the native land. The lullabies and battle cries and songs of hope and joy join us hand in hand. All across this ancient land, throughout the test of time, it was music that kept the spirits free, those songs of years and the mine. This land is your land, this land is my land. From the Northern Highlands to the Western Islands, from the hills of Kerry to the streets of Greenery, oh, this land was made for you and me.
Yo ho ho, up we go. What do you know? It's 9 in a row. Bye bye, Rangers. Celtics on the ball again, on their way to make it 10. Bye bye, Rangers. You can bomb like your good defenders, sing and shout about your no surrender. But let us give you this we tip, we'll be there for the league and the cup. Rangers, bye bye. Yo ho ho, up we go. What do you know? It's 9 in a row. Bye bye, Rangers. Celtics on the ball again, on their way to make it 10. Bye bye, Rangers.
Yes, indeed, folks. Listen, I have to. You can't. That's all about a crack. So, listen, I know tonight's show was very, very guest orientated, folks. But I say that'll be the last time we do like 2 sort of interviews. Obviously, next week we're going to have the Daly girls, the 2 Daly girls on the show. Una Dunn and Crow McColgan. But this is going to be a one interview. 2 of them are going to be on together. So it's not like there's 2 separate interviews. So they're going to be on together as one interview. And hopefully we'll have Keith on as well. Back next week at the same comment there on the show. Hopefully all went well for you. And it did. So that was for Michael Turner, that one there, Bye Bye Rangers. Right, so yeah, we'll have another maybe 20 minutes, maybe half an hour left before we go, folks. Right, I want to get a few wee things in here for you. a couple of just wee things to promote if we can. And say if there's any other songs you want, folks, get them in the comments and I'll get them on. Somebody asked me to play Francie Brawley, the H-Block song. Go play it as well next, as it is this weekend, is the National Hunger Strike commemoration. So it is. So this play here, if anyone haven't seen it yet, folks, will be taking place in the Raddies on, let's see what date it is, on Tuesday the 29th September. So there's tickets are available, folks, behind the bar in the Raddies now. Tickets are £15. Obviously, it's play all about David Irvine. Apparently the last time it was up are rave reviews. It's doing like a tour all over the north. So this, so if you can get yourself up there, go and see it. And also these here, the last one's completely sold out, folks. So there's just got a new lack of these put in. So I have. So if anyone's seen the book, from Robert Kerr's book, all the different Republican murals in West Belfast and over Belfast. So the Raddies have published a set of playing cards with all the murals on them. So they're on sale up in the Raddies as well. Now I just got another box of them in. The other one, first one sold out. So they're only a tenner for a pack. So they are. So if you want, you can only buy them up there, folks. They're behind the bar, so go and ask for them. So it's all the murals from Robert Kerr's book. All around Belfast, all the political murals, they're on a set of playing cards. So basically for card schools, home bars, presents, souvenirs, Christmas, whatever. So if you want to get yourself a set, folks, go up to the Raddies. And also just this one here while we're here. So coming up in 24th to 20th September, this year's Hills of Donegal Salt Lake Supporters Festival. I see Mickey Bell was on earlier on there. It may still be on. Over in Puerto Rico, Gran Canaria. I think it's the 5th year we're over here now. So it's taking place in Dicey Riley's Irish Bar and Tiffany's Irish Bar. Tiffany's Welsh Bar, should I say. But it's the two bars together. So the lineup is Kelly's Men, Anspirad, Spirit of Freedom, Damien Quinn, Liam Lappin, Gary Campbell. Now Liam McDonald's on the poster, but he's had to pull out. He can't make it this year, so he isn't going to be there. Then Crack O'Kane and then myself, DJ Rebel Road. Folks, cannot wait again for this. This is sort of, we've just been away on a holiday and we'll have a cheat to go away again, but obviously this is me and Laura's holiday without any children as such, and we'll just go and get rid of every single all night. So we can. It's a lot of drinking goes on if any's have been there. I know all the Cope Bridge ones, Sammy Marshall and all his crowd are going this year as well, so looking forward to seeing Illusions over this year. So we are. So Michael already played Joe McDonald earlier on there before I had Matt O'Reilly on, played his version. So I did. So somebody asked me to play on the H-Block song from Francie Brawley, and it's great versions. This is Francie Brawley, folks, with the H-Block song. Obviously Anne and Francie Brawley.
I am a proud young Irishman. In Ulster's hills my life began. A happy boy through green fields ran. I kept God's and man's laws. But when my age was barely 10, my country's wrongs were told again by tens of thousands marching men, and my heart stirred to the cause. So I'll wear no convict's uniform, nor meekly serve my time, that Britain might brand Ireland's fight 800 years of crime. I learned of centuries of strife, of cruel laws, injustice rife. I saw now in my own young life the fruits of foreign sway. Protesters threatened, tortured, maimed, divisions nurtured, passions flamed, outrage provoked, right's cause defamed. This is the conqueror's way. So I'll wear no convict's uniform, nor meekly serve serve my time, that Britain might brand Ireland's fight 800 years of crime. Descended from proud Connacht clan, Concannon served cruel Britain's plan. Man's inhumanity to man had spawned a trusty slave. No strangers are these bolts and locks, no new design these dark H blocks. Black Cromwell lives while Mason stalks, the bully taunts the brave. But I'll wear no convict's uniform, nor meekly serve my time, that Britain might brand Ireland's fight 800 years of crime. Does Britain need 1,000 years of protest, riot, death and tears? Or will this past decade of fears of 80 decades spell an end to Ireland's agony, new hope for human dignity? And will the last obscenity be this grim H-block cell? I'll wear no convict's uniform, nor meekly serve my time, that Britain might brand Ireland's fight 800 years of crime.
There we go, folks. That was the H Block song from Anne and Francie Brawley. So it is, say, this weekend, the National Hunger Strike commemoration is taking place in Ballina, County Mayo. So I'll just put the poster up again for you. If any is are about, make sure you can get down there. Starts at assembling at 2:30 at Bunree Road, and then there's 2 functions happening as well from County Mayo Sinn Féin over the 2 nights. On Saturday the 29th, Spirit of Freedom, Liam Lappin in the Bar Square in Ballina, 7:30, and they're €15 in. And then on the Sunday 30th of August, Irish Brigade and guests in the Grand National Hotel in Ballina, 7:30 again. It's €15 tickets. So if you're in County Mayo over the weekend, Ballina, get yourself along to one of them gigs. Right, and I had the Rock Bar ad as well. Don't forget, folks, they are sponsoring the show. So cheers to Connor for, again, supporting us. This is a great lineup this weekend. Big holiday weekend at the Rock for Rebel Sundays. And pretty delighted to say himself is more or less nearly a full-on Q Holland artist management promotions. That's my wee side hustle. So it is weekend at the Rock this weekend, Sunday, apart from obviously Jerry Oak, who's a resident. I have in Liam McDonald starting off, then Andy Watson and Faircool, and then Dirk and Folk with Jerry McCabe and his partner as well on the fiddle. So yeah, get yourselves to the Rock this Sunday, folks, if you can, for Bank Holiday Rebel Sundays. So right, what are we going to do next? Talk about this here, right? Tickets are now on sale, folks, for the Big Fans Gathering 5. And see the hammer and I got the other day on TikTok, people were commenting this, like, why is all these comments coming in with big, but it was all actually just cream buns talking about 5 goals. Oh, 5? Is it 5? This and all this here. And them scoring 5 goals against us the other night. So I took a bit of grief, but folks, this is definitely our biggest lineup yet for any of these gigs. So quite privileged to have all these bands playing for us. So open up, let's go with my good friend Toby Mac, so he is, followed by Stefan, and then the boys from County Cork, the Paddy Boys, who we played earlier on, their version of the 22 Martyrs, Roll of Honour, and then plus they'll be playing that night, the next night, in Rebel Sundays as well downstairs. So it'd be good to have M's down there. And then the main lads headlining the gig from County Tipperary, the Rebel Hearts, Phenomenal band. Really looking forward to having them on. They're going to be on the podcast as well, folks, at the end of September. So tickets are now on sale for this year, on sale on Eventbrite, folks. You've no excuse not to get your tickets. A few more were bought today by Iona and all as well. So cheers, Iona, as usual, getting your ones in. Lots of all the usual people from Scotland, Dublin have all bought their tickets. So thank you very much for supporting myself and the show. So looking forward to seeing you all there. The Rock Bar on Saturday the 5th of December. And obviously this year we're not having nothing on the Sunday at all, but we'll probably will always all end up down in the Rock that night. That's if I can get the Monday off work, or I'll not be going anywhere, so I won't. So, but yeah, folks, that's ours. The big fans gathering 5. Really looking forward to it. On Saturday the 5th of December, Rock Bar, Rebel Hearts, Paddy Boy, Stefan, Toby Mac. So doors open 8 o'clock and Mason's a tenner. And basically as soon as the doors open, 8 o'clock, Toby will be straight on for an hour. So we will. So we're going to play a song from the band that's headlining the show, folks. The Rebel Hearts. So looking forward to having them on the show at the end of September. Go have the whole band on live from Tipperary. So this is from their album Our Fight for Freedom, and this is Avita's End Across McGlen.
Avita's End to cross McGlen, farewell to Carrickmore. I have seen enough of fire and ice, and I won't be back for more. Oh no, I won't be back for more. The recruits and sergeants, he told me, son, army life is great, but he did not mention the martyr bands, the bloody Claymore mine. So to cross McGlen, farewell to Carrickmore. I have seen enough of fire and boys, and I won't be back for more. Oh no, I won't be back for more. He told me of the German girls, the discos every night, but the only crack inside comes from a normal life. So Avita's End to cross McGlen, farewell to Carrickmore. I have seen enough of fire and boys, and I won't be back for more. Oh no, I won't be back for more. Well, I spent some time on a Tunbridge Lane, where I thought I knew no fear, till a van bomb parked outside our place, but the barracks round my ear. So Avita's End to cross McGlen, farewell to Carrickmore. I have seen enough of fire and boys, and I won't be back for more. Oh no, I won't be back for more. Farewell at last to West Belfast, to the markets and the falls. Well, I quickly got the message there that was written on the wall. So Avita's End to cross McGlen, farewell to Carrickmore. I have seen enough of fire and boys, and I won't be back for more. Oh no, I won't be back for more. So all you young lads, oh in England you may be signing on the blue, just stay well away from the IRA, and they won't bother you. So Avita's End to cross McGlen, farewell to Carrickmore. I have seen enough of fire and boys, and I won't be back for more. Oh no, I won't be back for more. Oh no, I won't be back for more.
Emerald Engraving specialises in personalised, laser engraved gifts, mirrors, plaques and unique keepsakes crafted with care. Whether it's family heritage, sport or tradition, We bring your story to life. Find us on social media and at emeraldengraving.com. Make your gift one to remember. Emerald Engraving, proudly Irish, uniquely yours.
On the grave in Belfast shone a ray of gold light. A voice spoke from the deep earth and echoed in the night. I'm far from captivity, that cell which confined me. Neither pain nor torture, nor the powers that consigned me. My name is Bobby Sands. I fought and died for my dear land, with Joe and Francis at my side. My comrades on hunger struck we died. From this dark grave now I can see my country yet is still unfree. Through the bitter years of great despair, many broken hearts now have yearned, deprived of freedom. Men like me are imprisoned with no dignity. My name is Bobby Sands. I fought and died for my dear land, with Joe and Francis at my side. My comrades on hunger strike we died. England, with your wasted breath, my land you level in lost to death. Like the rivers that flow through my land, blood runs red upon your hands, and reflecting in the cloudless sky will be the freedom light for those who die. My name is Bobby Sands. I fought and died for my dear land, with Joe and Francis at my side. My comrades on hunger strike we die. The light it shines upon our dead, for Ireland your blood is shed. Flowers wither upon my grave, through the years I'll now decay. We will land a nation proud and free. Those flowers will bloom free one year. My name is Bobby Sands. I fought and died for my dear land, with Joe and Francis at my side. My comrades on hunger strike we die. Yes, my name is Bobby Sands. I fought and died for my dear land, with Joe and Francis at my side. My comrades on hunger strike we die.
Yeah, that's sort of a Claymore there, folks, with the ball of Bobby Sands. I think it was Alan Chuck McPherson, that's that one there, so it was. So just actually double check what it was. Let's see, yeah, Alan, so the Claymore, the Ball of Bobby, there you go. So that's from their album, check it out on Spotify. Obviously it's not going anymore, that band, but there's their album, Patriot Games. So folks, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you to you all for tuning into the show as always tonight. Great crack as always, brilliant show, good laugh with you as well. Cheers to Sean Daly with the Shams, and good luck for the rest of your tour happening in Ireland this week. And cheers to Matt O'Reilly as well for coming on as always. Good to get a bit of a catch up. So we'll be back next Sunday, next Thursday, folks. I suppose we'll know then by who we're going to be playing in the Europa League. So next Thursday show, we're going to have, again, our main guest. It's going to be a double dunter together, the two of them, two Gary girls, Una Dunn and Clodagh McColgan. Suppose these two, you don't see one of them without the other playing on the gig these days, so it'll be first time actually speaking to two of these girls together, so looking having them on. I'm basically going in blind, so probably a bit like Tommy Tierney get in, obviously, but I know who the guests are, but I probably won't be as prepared as I am for a lot of the other guests, because I don't really know them as such, do you know what I mean? So, yep, looking forward to having them on next week, folks, so next Thursday. So before we play Around the Vein to finish the show off, let's see, I think it's just fitting that we do this here one more time, because it is quite hilarious. So it is, folks, as you think you'll all agree. Yes, curb your enthusiasm indeed, Dale. And I just see that I just see there that Chris Boyd, the Pie Man, has been on Sky Sports tonight saying that yep, in his eyes, a change is needed in the dugout. So it is. So he's saying it. He thinks that Dale has to go. So yep, folks. By this time next week, we'll know who we'll play in the Europa League. A lot of tough teams in that there. So well, we're looking forward to the journey. So again, thanks to you all tonight for tuning in. Cheers as always to the Rock Bar in West Belfast for sponsoring the show. That's the lineup for this Sunday. Bank holiday weekend. Liam McDonald, Fair Cole, Jerry Ogue, and Dirk and Folk finishing the night off. So thanks for all the comments. Thanks to everyone has commented, left requests, song choices and all. So hopefully, I know we've been doing sort of the guests, like 2 interviews in one. We're not getting a lot of music played, but I did say when I started this here, it was the layout was going to be a bit different than the older show, and to be patient with me, and it didn't matter. And so far, we haven't had anybody on going, get that shade off, get the rebs on, blah blah blah. Everybody that's watching sort of has respected it, and it's great to see as well on YouTube, watching like the later on during the week, you see the numbers jumping up where people might not watch the show tonight, or maybe going or sticking on in a car or listening to their headphones going for a walk or something later on during the week, which is that's what's great to have it on YouTube, you know what I mean? So, and yes, folks, see this t-shirt, this top, I think it's going to be my uniform for this show, because I needed to get one that didn't clash with the colours and the backing here, whatever, the green screen, like we had the disaster last week where half my body was missing. So this one here, it seems that, so if you see me wearing this every week now, don't be thinking he's a Highland, he doesn't wash it. I will be washing it every week. I'm sure we'll get all people going, he's a tramp. Many M's he got here. So I'll probably will be wearing this top every week. This is going to be my Rebel Rose show, live show top. So it is. So right, folks, we're going to finish up the show as always there with Around the Vein. So again, thank you very much, and don't forget, if you can make it this weekend to Ballinav, you're about for the National Hunger Strikes commemoration. So I will see you all next Thursday, folks. And then God bless. I'm going home now to go to bed. I'm up at 5 o'clock to go to work for the last day of the week tomorrow. So looking forward to it. So see you all again next week, folks. Appreciate it. Like always, thank you for all the comments, everything, for tuning in. It does mean a lot to me. So cheers. And don't forget, get your tickets, folks, for the Big Fans Gathering. The tickets are now on sale on Eventbrite. Just go and search Eventbrite for it for a tenner each. Or go to my Facebook page and all. You'll find the link. It's all pinned to the top of the pages, all the links. So just open up the post and you'll see it. Now, you buy them online, they are $11.50, but that's not my fault. It's the fees from Eventbrite. I'm charging tenner for the tickets, but they put their own bloody fees on, like Ticketmaster and all as well. So my apologies. So folks, that's us. I'll see you next week. Good night, all blessed. Cheers.
Safi allegare, winds are slow, her tjänster lannekum, they fudge face hair, chanting sin sér pasta ní agpar pantír an tá an got ein sabar hel ne gan kel an was no sel they gone her scrape ní labag na bile Charlotte Canning around the veil